Johnson. It's time for another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time, the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. And today is going to be the first of 3 special Recipe Time episodes I'm going to do for this Nissan How Do You Top Ramen contest thing. If you didn't know, October 6th was the 50th anniversary of the introduction of Top Ramen to the United States back in 1970. And so they sent out this big hurricane box and announced a contest, and it's pretty cool. Well, they want to see how you top ramen or what you do with it. And there's 3 things I think that are pretty cool. And the first one I'm going to do is my mom's recipe. When I was very young, this is what really got me into doing this anyways. When I was very young, my mom would take this stuff that was on the market by Nissan Foods called roasted ramen. And she would take that, cook the noodles kind of al dente. Instead of the 3 minutes, only do 2. Drain them off. Add in the, fry them with a little oil. Add in a couple eggs. I'm sorry, they're like doing some craziness upstairs. I don't know what. And then fry it up, and it would be like an egg and ramen scramble. And it's really basic, but it's really good. And I'm going to show you how to make that today. But the thing is, a big part of the story is they took roasted ramen off the market. I grew up in a little town called Anacortes, northwestern tip of Washington State. So we drove all the way down to Seattle to a grocery store called Wajimaya, a big Japanese grocery store. My parents asked, so is there something comparable to this? And they showed them this. This is Nissan chicken ramen, and this is the first instant noodle ever introduced in the world, okay? This came out in 1958. Granted, Top Ramen didn't make it to the US 12 years later, and it's not this one's anniversary. So, I'm gonna use this one. Okay? So I'm gonna set the timer for 2 minutes. And drop a pack in the boil. Two minutes. And very fitting, I'm going to do, of course, a quote from the book Momofuku Ando Speaks. These are quotes of Momofuku Ando, the guy who invented instant noodles. So let's hit it. What do we got today? Number 75. If you don't need something, even a giveaway is too expensive. A lot of the quotes are all about business and how to run one. Interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah, our upstairs neighbors just moved out, and it sounds like they must have... Oh, they're redoing the upstairs. It's okay, don't worry, buddy. Kids are all freaked out. But, yeah, it's very... It's alright. They're just making noise. I know you like making noise. Anyway. So, yeah. And, so we got about 3/4 of a minute left. But yeah, one of the first videos I ever put up on YouTube was me doing this recipe, and I did it wrong. In fact, it took quite a few times to figure out exactly how to do it right, because I always swore my mom used butter. But as it turned out, and she kind of forgot it over the years, but she definitely used oil. Because what happens is the noodles get a little crisp around the edges, and it's just like a nice... You'll see what I mean. It's a nice deal. It's very nice. Okay, so we're gonna drain the noodles. Don't worry about it. They're just doing some silliness upstairs. You're okay, sweetie. Yeah, so and I'm gonna take half of this. Not gonna use all of it. And I know there's gonna be people because the last time I did one of these videos, go play, Mimi. When I did one of these videos before, people flipped out. They're like, you should do this, you should do that, blah, 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 blah. They flipped out. Okay. Smells nice and chickeny. And turn that off. And we're going to turn the front one on. Add a little oil. I don't know if you can see that. I'll fix the camera in a moment. Pardon my unpreparedness at the moment. That. Close to ready to go. It doesn't take really all that long. It just takes a couple little finesse points and then it comes out really nice. So I got all the stuff to do these 3 recipes, and what happens? Go sit down, please. There's nothing's gonna happen. They're just making a bunch of silly noise doing their stupid crap. So anyway, so I get everything all together to do this, and it's what happens? They decide it's time to build crap upstairs. Yeah, perfect. Half a sachet, just the right amount. So if you're new to my show, welcome. It's very basic. I don't do the whole overproduced YouTube best practices, all that stuff. I speak my mind. I do what I do. There you go. However, I will say that I reviewed, where am I at now? I've reviewed what I'm doing for these recipes, so that doesn't count, but I think yesterday, the last review I did was number 3,758. It's a lot of instant noodles. I've been doing this, well, from 2002 to 2010, I did about 60 reviews. That's about it. But from 2010 until now, that was the rest of it. So about 30, around close to 3,700 reviews in 10 years. Which is just about one a day, every day. Hi, go sit down and play, sweetie. Have fun. We are going to fry these noodles. Out of the kitchen. Go. Hot stuff, kiddo. And I'm just going to kind of, you can see it. There we go. Now you can see it, right? Yeah, you can see that. I'm just gonna kind of move it around a little bit and let it sit. Note, you should kind of keep an eye on it. You don't want to do it too hot. It's a good thing if you want to make the smoke alarm go off. A couple eggs. It says these are happy eggs. Kind of a funny concept. I don't know why a chicken would be happy that their eggs are being stolen, but maybe the I don't know. I just don't know. I will say one thing though. We've been experimenting with making soft boiled. These eggs have thick shells. They don't just bust up in the pan, or the the pot we cook them in. Yeah, get that going. Come on. No, usually I would say add a little bit of milk to this, but I don't have any milk. Kids have chocolate milk. I don't think that would work out too well. How's it going? Yeah, we got some. Oh, it's starting to go. Granted, I'll say if I were gonna make this normally, I would use that old style, that 1958 stuff. But this will work just fine. Honestly, any instant noodle that is truly instant will work. An instant noodle is a noodle that you can take noodles, put them in a bowl, add hot water, cover them for 3 minutes, or usually like 2 to 3 minutes, and then they're done. That's basically the only thing that makes them instant is that they've been boiled in oil. Because what happens is you cook up, say you take some pasta, you boil it, and it's cooked. When you put it in boiling oil, what happens is it extrudes the moisture that's in those noodles and leaves a bunch of little holes. That's the whole instant noodle thing. Momofuku Ando realized that when he was watching his wife make tempura. So, pretty interesting stuff. That guy, I tell you, there's a lot of really weird quotes in that book too. A lot of weird stuff. It's like number 42. Oh, we're getting there. Cool. Number 42. I can't resist it because it's just such a strange quote. But it's pretty intense. This is like a handbook, I believe that, there it is. It's like a handbook that people who work at the place that makes top ramen and in Japan as well get. And I wanted one for so long, and I was lucky enough to get one from a company guy, so thank you very much. Yeah, number 42. Think, and think again. When I beat my brains out, I pass blood in my urine. That's such a weird quote. The fact that, I mean, it's also printed by the company, so it's like, that's like really cool. I don't know. Alright. Anyways, enough about brain beatings. Let's let go. There we go. And then we kind of like bust it apart a little bit. Add in these eggs. Alright. It's all nice and mixed together. done in a minute or so. And basically you've got eggs mixed with seasoned noodles, and the edges are just crisp. So you've got a kind of like the meaty texture, the eggy texture, the noodly texture, and a crisp texture. So all that works together. Tastes like chicken. Gonna be good. And the other one's kind of that original instant noodle. The first one, these taste more like sesame. See, the thing that this had in common with that roasted ramen, at least that's what I was always told. All this stuff went down with me first trying this when my mom would make it. Went down when I was like 7 or 8. I was really young. It was early 80s. But this has the seasoning infused in the noodle. So there's no packet, no sachet with it. And I'm pretty sure that's the same way the roasted ramen was. So that's cool. So the next recipe that I'll be doing after this one, it's kind of a toss-up. I think I'll be doing a kind of like a traditional ramen using the soy sauce flavor top ramen. Let's give this a flip. There you go. And after that, I'm gonna do a grilled cheese. And I got some fancy stuff for that. I do my ramen grilled cheeses. Yes, they are such a thing. I do mine different than a lot of people do. What most people I've seen do is they basically grill some bread and put some cheese on it, and then they just put some noodles on it. But much like this, I think there's a lot to be said about how wonderful basically refried ramen is. That crispiness and that texture to it is really good. So I take everything, put it together in the sandwich, drop it in, and there you go. This one's gonna have prosciutto, Laogan spicy chili crisp, which is a spicy, sweet, savory umami bomb. I'll use some top ramen with it, of course. And I got some nice organic bread, prosciutto, mozzarella. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I'm thinking of making some like really groovy, drippy sandwiches. So we'll see how that happens. But I think we're almost there. Let's see. Maybe a little bit longer. Not much though. Definitely want to get that crispiness.
Hi, Papa.
Hi, Miles. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Let's give it a flip. A flip and flip. Yeah, it just needs a little bit more time. This is starting to get... It's got to get that crispiness. Without that, that just kind of isn't the thing. But it's good stuff. And it's a really, I mean, as you can see, it's really basic and easy. Doesn't take a lot of time. And people generally really dig it. You know, I did this, but I used butter and I only used one egg. And I got, gosh, I want to say I got like, over time, I've gotten like over 300,000 YouTube views on it. It's a lot. But yeah, whatever. If you guys are interested, you should try it. And differences that I did in the first one and this one was I put the seasoning sachet in with the boiling water and the noodle, and I drained that off. I still liked it that way. People really didn't like that. They just said dump everything in and cook it that way because it's not going to be salty enough. But honestly, this is just perfect. Half a sachet, the noodles, two large eggs, and that's it. What do you need, Miles? You're like, what? Oh, well, enjoy. You're using one. Alright. And I think... There you go. Hear that? Just a little bit. And it's kind of getting a darker golden brown. This is good enough. Definitely good enough. So, since we've got that well in hand, it's time to do the right thing and ready it all for display on the finest device of all time, that being Rotato. That's this. This is Rotato. What's Rotato? It's a rotating disc. Yeah, I know. There you go. Alright. Let's see. That size looks good. What about this side? I'm gonna go with this side. Miles, I'm kind of busy right now. No. Look at that. That came out nicely. All right. And really, you just don't add anything to it. There's no need. But just for looks and such, a little bit of spring onion. Don't need much of anything else. But there you go. And that's actually a decent amount of food. And it's, what do you call it? Inexpensive. Yeah. So yeah, let's let Rotato do its super magic. And looks good. All right, Rotato, do your stuff. Alright, well hey, thank you very much for watching. This has been Hans the Ramen Raider, wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Yeah, there's going to be another one of these cool recipes coming your way very soon. I might have time for another one in the next hour, so. Alright, have a good one. Next time it's going to be some fancy soy sauce ramen. Bye-bye.